All right, everyone. Welcome back to another weekly analysis. Now, this one I'm just going to make straight to the public straight away. It's usually just for members, but seeing as I've been off for a few weeks, the last weekly analysis I done was the 4th of September, I believe. And we'll go over what I spoke about there. We'll do the weekly analysis today. Now, admittedly, I have not looked at the markets this past couple of weeks, so I like to do things naturally. So I like to just open up the chart, start the video, and then just start talking about what I see. But I thought I'd explain briefly. I'm not just one of these people that's going to disappear and come back now and again. You want to feel like it, but this it was just a bit of life got in the road. So I was sick there for a good week. I wasn't feeling great at all, and I did come in and try to trade, but I was that sick I just couldn't even really put my head around it that day. So even I get a little bit confused. Um and you gotta learn when not to trade. So that it was my 40th, and I was trying to get better just before it. And then unfortunately a friend of mine, not to go into more detail, uh unfortunately couldn't live in this world anymore, let's just put it that way. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. So that put a real, cloud over my head from a 40th. I didn't really feel like doing much, put it that way. Um, and I just took a wee step back. So I've been off for 2 weeks, really, and with everything. And now my son's getting homeschooled. I had to sort all that out. Whole list of stuff. Of course, instead of me going into weekly analysis, I start talking about my life story. And anybody that's on the free tutorial end and the mentorship and the Discord group, and all them links will be in this comment section. By the way, um, they know what I'm like. I do a wee bit of rambling now and again, so I just sort of explain why I haven't been on for a few weeks. Um, and I'm getting back into the rhythm now myself. Excuse me. I'm still not over the complete sickness, obviously, because of a few pints I'm afforded as well, which wouldn't help. But here, such is life. Now, just having a quick look. Again, this is me opening up the market really and starting to analyze. And I don't like planning it because I think your analysis should be done naturally how you see it, and naturally this is the way people should learn to do it naturally. It's not staged. It's how you should be looking at it. Now, automatically, I know, or I hope I know, that on the 4th, I do believe, which was here, all right, this candle opened. And I did mention that we're going to take out these lows, which we have, I wouldn't say quite done yet. No, we have taken out the lowest such, I understand that, but it's not by much. So I'm still, right away, I know I'm still short. And this is the weekly. So look at the amount of weeks we've been walking, pushing down. It's been messy, yes, but we have been pushing down for weeks upon weeks upon weeks, and that alone is like, what are we going to do now? But this just feels like it hasn't run through this enough yet to even consider start turning around. Now, again, it being Monday, all right, the markets opened up, and for me, I always like to look at the previous week's highs and lows. We've come up nearly till it. I wish I had been trading last week, but again, that was my birthday, because the market opened up and it came up and nearly closed out this imbalance, and would have been a beautiful time to sell into. So, not to confuse things, I like to see that there in the market. I like to see where it's run up here, and we have got a close of this imbalance a little bit, because I just feel like we are going to still come down and take out this low. Now, we did speak about this inverse fair value gap. The market did spike up close below it. It came up again. I tried to reach up again. It failed. Now we've run into this void over here to the left, and I don't believe we've closed below it. But again, there's no indication as to the market reversing and starting to go up again yet. Until then, this pullback, we're bearish. All right, that's the moment, that's the momentum, that's where it is. Sells for me already is what I'd be interested in. Now, looking at the daily, if we just fine tune, let's look at this from this candle's low to this candle's high. If we just look at that, we've had a perfect reaction of that before. We've come down a little bit lower. We have a fair value gap up in here. And personally, that's what I'd like to see the market run up into. I would like to see a retracement, pulling a fib beyond the 50. I'd like to see a retracement up into this fair value gap and then start looking for sells, right? Now, the market has been moving down swiftly, all right? So sometimes it is not going to do that, guys. It's just going to keep moving away from it, and that's okay. But this is Monday. I'm not in any mad, rush to get into the market. And again, I'm only back and feeling my way around the market, so I'm not really that big rush. Now, this, again, I say, I'm still got my eye on this, even though we did tap through it a little. This sell side liquidity, it still is with my eye, and also this. So if we start breaking through here, then I do believe we're just going to keep pushing on and on. Now, I did mention in previous video this order block here, all right? I'm trying to remember everything. I probably should have looked over my last video, but this did run up in or pushed through this order block. So immediately I did say if we push through that, I'm going to start looking for these lows. Sell side liquidity. We've run back up until it again and automatically pushed away again. So I do expect, if anything, my eye on Monday is here. All right. I want to see a run up into here like this. Run up into here, and I want to see it breaking down even further, take out, really push through this low, start attacking these lows, right? So I'm still selling this week. I'm still going shorts. I don't need to go into lower time frame to see that that's what makes sense. It's there in front of us, black and white. It's broke through this little void, all right, as you can see. So let me just put two rays on it, because I know I did mark up this inverse for a value gap now, all right? And let's just take a wee look at these voids. Excuse me. And this candle's pushed through and closed beyond. You can see how this one came up lovely, tapped it, and away again. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we even come up into this now. Right? But being Monday's a day of manipulation. Let's expect that manipulation. Let's just move these. Let's just look at this price imbalance here. It would make sense for, let's just pull our fib, to run up into that, push up into this, at least come into the 50% of this for a value gap and away again. And just to come and attack this even more, start attacking this more. That is what my eye is on. Not until, if. We'll do a little bit of predicting. There's nothing yet. People say, well, how do you know when? Why would you not start buying now? Because we've a huge pullback, blah, blah, blah. I understand that, and I understand it can be very, weird to just keep selling and selling. But unless the market tells you otherwise, then sells, excuse me again, sells is a high probability trade. Unless we start breaking major highs, like on the daily. We start breaking these swing highs, right? Then you're going to have to start questioning where the bias actually is. Are we just going to start pushing up now? But everything for me is pointing to attack this more and attack this more. All right. So sells is a high probability trade this week. Now, what have we got on the news? Let's say this week. All right. CPI, so inflation out tomorrow for the euro. Building permits, not massive fluctuation from it, but worth looking at. GBP, if you're doing it, yes, CPI. Now, this interest rate decision, if that is not to the forecast, expect a nice move in the dollar. All right. What else we got? Initial jobs claims, also another one. PMI on Friday. All right. This is the one I've been most interested in. All right. The USD on Wednesday interest rate decision. That's what's going to make the market shift. Okay. So, guys, let's let Monday play out. If it wants to run up into that, today is probably the day it's going to do it. I'd be looking for this. Come down, attack these lows, head for these lows. Be very interested if it comes up in there. If we start breaking these highs, sit in your hands, okay? So that's my weekly analysis for Euro USD. Again, apologies that, you know, I missed out a couple of weeks there. It's just that's the way life is. Sometimes it doesn't go to plan. Sometimes things pop up. Sometimes you get sick, and there's nothing I can really do about it. And it's just like trading. I wrote this in my Discord group actually this morning. Life can be a bit like trading. You know, you can plan all you want. Sometimes it just doesn't go to plan, and then you have to go with the flow. You have to start adjusting and putting wee tweaks in here and there, and maybe sometimes sitting on your hand resting. Right, that's what I've been doing. So, Euro USD weekly analysis, the 18th of September 2023. High probability trades, folks. Sells. All right, that's what's going to be in my head. If things change for me, I will post it on the Discord group and let people know what I'm thinking. All right. This week going to do lives. We're going to live trade together. We're going to do loads more tutorials. Of Zoom call tonight with the boys in the mentorship. I'm going to be flat out now to Christmas, flat to the mat, trading like a lunatic. And I'm going to enjoy every bit of it because it's good to get back into the motion of the ocean. But just give me a few days, you know. I'm going to find my feet again. No matter how long I've been doing this now, I still got to find my feet myself, you know, if I come away from it. And a change is as good as a rest because I can see a lot of reasons why I should be selling. A lot of reasons. This also has my eye, by the way, this price imbalance. It's because we broke just below it now, alright? If I just line it up right through. Just, hold on, put a wee ray, make it clear. Let's fix this up a little. I broke just below it. Just gives me that indication we will, I do believe, come down and take out these sell side liquidity. So that's what I'd be aiming for this week. Especially if the dollar's getting stronger. Alright. Interest rate on paper, the stronger, the higher the interest rate, the stronger the currency. Alright. Now, the higher expected rate is positive bullish. Now, that does not mean that is by textbook, this is what will happen. The market sets you up for a lot of that. That's just retail thing. You know, but on standard, on the bare necessities of things, the higher the interest rate, the stronger the actual currency becomes, believe it or not. So if we get a good strong, say, rise, even a point, 0.25 on that interest rate, we should see it come down and start attacking these lows. Okay, so that's it for the week, folks. Saying just going to make this one public, and have a great week trading, a safe week trading. If the setups aren't there, don't do them. All right. I rave about this to the boys I mentor and people I talk to generally about trading. If the setup is not there, don't force it. All right, don't make the market do what you want to do. The market's going to do what it wants to do. You just play along with it and just keep taking money out of it. All right. Safe trading, folks. God bless. Till next week. This is Euro USD, 18th September, weekly analysis.